I want to talk today about something that's really come back heavily in what I'm seeing out there, and that's living intentionally and not living a life of quiet desperation. Many people live a life of quiet desperation. They don't enjoy life. They barely exist. They don't like the life they live, but they don't do anything to change it. On the other hand, we have dreams, but we don't really work towards them. Living authentically and purposefully can bring so much fulfillment than just merely existing. And when we live authentically, we align our actions to our true selves, and that often leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. So it can be a journey to discover what authenticity means for each of us, and it's a journey worth taking. With some credit to podcaster and UFC commentator Joe Rogan, I've gleaned 10 keys to living a fulfilled life. And I'll just kind of rip through those pretty quickly. Number one is realistically, don't waste your life. We always hear it. We have one life to live. Let's go live it. I tell my kids, I'm a single father of two teens, and I tell my kids, if somebody invites you to go do something, go do it, even though it may not be in your wheelhouse, and just enjoy the time with people and the experience of something new. So one, don't waste your life. Two, especially for as we get older, it's having a purpose. And realistically, without a purpose, your life is meaningless. You're just running through the plays. You're fulfilling the playbook. And at the end of the game, you haven't won. You don't really feel like you've accomplished something. Number two, don't be imprisoned by fears. And of all the things I'm listing out, fear is what really leads us most to living in desperation. So conquer your fears. The biggest way to conquer fears is, and I hate to say it, but just do it. I know that Phil and company up in the Pacific Northwest came up with that, but it's really true. Number four is nurture healthy relationships. And that's really twofold, is when you have a healthy relationship, really nurture that and go into the relationship with the idea that, what can I give? What can I contribute to this? And I've seen that build in this. You get so much more out of it. And on the second hand, toxic people can damage your mental health. So if there's toxic people in your life, get rid of them. Life is too short to live through that. So that's really nurturing healthy relationships. Number five is unconditionally love and respect yourself. And it's really, nobody is harder on ourselves than we are. And our mind tends to manufacture this garbage and give us some head trash about what is really going on with our lives versus what we imagine. Number six, excuse me, be open and adaptable to change. And people, we're extremely intelligent machines. We're extremely intelligent beings. We will always find a way to make things happen in the right perspective, both ethically and for what's right from a human being standpoint. Number seven is learn to love uncertainty. And you always hear the thing, if anything is consistent in life, it's uncertainty. So learn to love it, learn to expect it. And if you expect uncertainty, and so that's what your expectations are. And when it happens, your expectations are met versus, I think it's going to happen this way and this is the road. And when uncertainty happens, you veer off into the ditch. So we don't want to do that. We want to expect it. And so if we expect change, if we expect to take that off road, life becomes much easier at that point. Number eight is never ignore the problems. And I'm a single father with two teens. My message to them, one of the messages to them, is always address the issue. So if something bad is happening, sometimes we look and we kind of sugarcoat it, or we go around and find the answer to a different problem. I tell them, and I tell my clients, address the issue. What is the issue at hand? Let's address that and solve it so that we don't ignore these problems and they get bigger. Number nine is really attack life. Don't be passive. Don't bob and weave through this meteor shower that we as adults consistently see. And I tell my clients this, especially as CFOs, we are in this constant meteor shower of things that are happening, and to-do lists and board meetings and budgets and resources and hirings and firings. take the wheel, and most importantly, pedal to the metal when we're living our lives. And again, that meteor shower, if we're in control of that, just attack it. And attack mode is better than, I'm going to sit here today and take a beat down from what is coming at me. And the last one is really number 10 is we have the ability to create a life that we want to live and create a life that we love. Um, Live intentionally, plan your life. Don't waste the time. There's so many time wasters in our world right now. It's just crazy to see that. I have a personal trainer now, believe it or not. I'm trying to get rid of some of this back fat and stuff that's hindered me for a decade and a half. But it's amazing that I can go in for a 30-minute workout and sweat my ass off and lose some pounds, excuse me, lose some pounds and burn some calories, or I can sit there and look at the internet and TikTok and Fox News and CNN and all this garbage for that same 30 minutes. So realistically, it's creating that life and attacking to get to where we want to be. Um, like I said, some of this has come to arise as I get older and watch my kids achieve some of their goals, and as I work through with clients that we really don't live intentionally a lot of the time. We don't take charge of our lives. We don't script out what our day is going to be, which leads us to not scripting out what our month, our year, and eventually our lives. The sooner you realize that your dreams are attainable, and if we live intentionally focused, going 90 miles an hour towards those dreams, the sooner you will achieve those dreams. Thanks.